useless.
Oh, another stranger. Are you Vault-Tec security? I've waited so very patiently for you to arrive.
Who the heck are you?
I am a Contagions Vulnerability Robotic Infirmary Engineer, or CVR-IE. The human scientists call me Curie. Or more properly, they called me this when they were alive. I repeat, are you Vault-Tec security?
These mole rats carry a disease. Do you know anything about it?
My poor little darlings. They were used to grow all manner of new and interesting pathogens. Then Vault citizens would be exposed to these viruses in the hopes that they would develop new antibodies. But they never got a chance to execute their plan. Clyde got out of his cage. He was smarter than the others. My sweet Clyde. He let out the others, and those poor scientists never stood a chance. Clyde's been dead for almost 2 centuries now, but his descendants have free run of the vault. I'm rambling. Where are my manners? Are you Vault-Tec security?
Just open the door for me?
There is a proper procedure to do this thing. I am pleased to report I completed my primary duties 83 years ago. Thousands of pathogens were grown in the mole rat hosts. Then a single broad-spectrum cure was developed to treat them all. Very satisfying work for many decades. Now, please tell me you are authorized to release me from the lab.
Why can't you just leave?
I require verbal or written authorization. Actually, any Vault-Tec employee, even you, could authorize me. You must be Vault-Tec, or you couldn't possibly be here.
These mole rats were lab rats?
Why, yes. I've grown quite fond of them over the years, but they outlived their usefulness 83 years ago.
Heck no. I'm just a girl looking for the cure to a mysterious disease.
You're quite certain? Perhaps you just misplaced your papers. In fact, papers are not strictly necessary, no?
Dude, I said I'm not with them.
My audio circuits must be malfunctioning. I distinctly heard you say yes. I'll open the door for you. Since you are a Vault-Tec representative, I entrust you with the broad-spectrum cure I developed. If you have an equivalent to my digital Hippocratic oath, please use it quickly to prevent any undue suffering. However, be advised, there is only 1 dose left, and I can no longer make any more. If that is all, I am most eager to leave.
You only have 1 dose?
That is correct. There used to be more, but they all expired. Sadly, the organic compounds necessary to make more have all deteriorated.
You're just giving me the cure?
My primary responsibility is to obey the orders of specified Vault personnel, even if those orders violate my ethical matrix. But since you have graciously discharged me of this duty, I can give you the cure without directly disobeying my previous order. And if you happen to use the cure to save a life, then this is just a happy coincidence, no? Hopefully now I can properly further my scientific research. Since my job here is done, I think I will follow you out. I wonder how the Ebola, hepatitis, and influenza have mutated over the years. I have been trapped so many years. I believe it's customary to thank you for your role in saving me. My entire life has been in this vault. I have analyzed and learned everything there is to know here. So now I must see the rest of the Commonwealth, consult with scientists, unearth more data to challenge my hypothesis.
What are you looking to learn up there?
Down here is an enclosed system, and without the introduction of new mutagens, viruses, or bacteria, it is quite dull, medically speaking. The world up there is infinitely more complex. Who knows what diseases can be found and studied?
I know you made sacrifices.
After the bombs, the Commonwealth is a little lacking in the science department.
But surely there is still men of learning out there, and if nothing else, there is data. I can see you already have company. I do not wish to intrude, but I must ask. Please, madame, can you take me with you?
On the left as you get off the elevator. Once again.
It's no picnic up there. Anything you can do to help us survive?
But of course, I have been equipped with medical equipment. If you become injured in our journeys, I can administer stim packs. I also have defensive capabilities, a laser, but surely there's little reason to use that.
Come along, then.
Excellent. We must embark at once.
Your thoughts?
The influx of data is hard to process. Apologies if sometimes I make little sense. I will work on this.
Hey.
What do you want? My stim packs have gone through extensive quality control. Would you like one?
Your thoughts?
Oh, my systems are eager to absorb new data. I find this traveling agrees with me.
Your thoughts?
Humanity is so resilient to cling to life despite all of this. It is the duty of us all to further that survival. Madame, may I borrow you for a moment?
I have some time.
I have spent much effort gathering information in our travels so far, and my self-diagnostics have come to a green conclusion. It is not lack of data or lack of collaboration which stifles my scientific progress. The inescapable truth is there has never been a great robot scientist.
Robots can do amazing things. Surely they've contributed to science.
When directed by a human, they have. But on our own, we tread predictable paths. The greatest scientific minds of history, the Einsteins and the Curies, my namesake, have had something beyond raw data analysis capabilities. They have had a spark. This elusive inspiration is something I must possess.
So, how are you going to do that?
If I am to advance my understanding of medicine in this strange world, I must embark on a great adventure. I must become human, or as close as I can. I must find a way to download all that I am into a human brain.
I'm willing to help, Curie.
And you save me once again. If you find someone, a brain surgeon, an artificial intelligence programmer, or someone who is an expert in matters of the head, please bring me to them. Oh, can we see the old State House? Maybe they have the tourist brochure.
Something to take the edge off?
Doctor, my friend here needs your help.
Oh? I'm not a mechanic. What could she possibly want from me?
Oh, this doctor can help me? Greetings, doctor. I wish to download my data and core programming into a human brain.
You want what? Is she serious?
Can you do it or not?
I won't even consider something like this unless there's a good reason.
I was programmed to further our studies of disease, pathogens, and viruses. I cannot do this with the fundamental limitations of my robotic systems. If I become human, with the wealth of information in my databanks, I hope to do much good for the Commonwealth.
A pre-war robot with your knowledge and skills plus human cognition. Yes, you could potentially save many lives. It's an interesting problem. The memories wouldn't be hard. We translate those from the brain to computers and back all the time here. It's how the loungers work. Her personality, though. All the extra pieces of robotic programmed decision-making. A normal organic brain wouldn't know what to do with them. A synth brain, on the other hand, well, it's already somewhere between the two.
What do you know about synths?
To be clear, it may not work. But some synths have cybernetic enhancements that interface directly with their brains. The Institute must have found an interpreter for raw data. That's my hope, at least.
You're not suggesting I won't kill a synth.
I'm suggesting nothing of the kind. Allow me to explain. I've worked on synths before, giving them memory wipes so they can live a life free of the Institute. But the procedure isn't always successful. If something goes wrong, it can leave them in a brain-dead state. Living, but with no cognition. I know a caretaker for one of these brain-dead synths. If they're willing, we could try transferring your friend's consciousness into her.
So you're willing to perform the operation?
My patient knew the risks and opted for memory replacement. She wanted a new life. I failed her. But this This procedure may be as close as I can get to fulfilling her wishes. But I cannot make this decision. Her caretaker can. Give me a day to get in contact with them. They are understandably cautious, but I think they'll hear me out.
I will stay with the doctor. Assuming all goes well, I want to be ready for the procedure.
You're the one that wants to use G519's body? I just don't have the caps to keep her alive anymore. Life support ain't easy or cheap, you know? I was gonna pull the plug on her. What you're proposing sounds a little better. Better than letting her rot.
What do you think she would want?
Damned if I know. It's not like I even knew her before. Since G5 has no one else, for what it's worth, you have my consent.
Thank you. I know this must be difficult.
Yeah, I'll leave you to it.
Curie, let's begin. Curie, terminate all non-essential operations.
Affirmative.
All right. Connection complete. I have access to your friend's memories. G5's already been prepped, so this shouldn't take long. Yes. There.
My chest? What is happening?
Just breathe. It's an autonomic function. Just let your body do what it must.
I feel so strange.
Listen to me. Can you hear me? What is your name?
My designation is Contagions, Vulnerability, Robotic, Infirmary Engineer. Or Curie.
You had me worried there.
Do not concern yourself. I feel better now.
Good. Very good. Now let's test some cognitive functions. What is 1 plus 2?
3.
If I threw a baseball at your head, what would you do?
Move.
Think of a strong memory. The first that comes to mind. Tell me about it.
Dr. Burrow was very old. He was the last living scientist in my section of Vault 81. He was on his bed, very weak. He said to me, "Curie, you must..." And he died before he finished the sentence. Oh, my insides feel peculiar. What is that?
Are you okay, Curie?
I feel functional, but this feeling, my chest is tight. Poor Dr. Burrow.
The operation appears successful. But I think it will take a lot of adjustment for your new friend. She may need your help to make the transition.
Thank you, Doctor, for this opportunity. Please, let me see and scan as many indigenous life forms as possible. It is, of course, for science. Remember, to breathe. I keep thinking if I forget to do this, no more Curie. And suddenly, all this excitement we do, there is an element of something new. What if my arm is blown off? It is not so simple to repair this now.
Don't worry. I'll keep you safe.
That makes me feel better. Calm. I will be fine. It is coming to me. Quickly, I hope. Just bear with me. I am sure my research will blossom with this magnificent new hardware. A moment, please.
Sure. I enjoy talking with you.
As do I. I owe you so very much, and I do not mean to sound ungrateful, but I fear I am barely holding myself together.
It's all right. I'm here for you.
Thank you. That means so much. Becoming a synth is just so overwhelming. At first it was a struggle just to master basic functioning. How to brush the teeth, how to operate with only 2 hands, etc. But now I am full of inconsequential thoughts, feelings. How do you do everything with this whirlwind in the head?
What sort of feelings?
I don't know. I think anger, fear, happiness, but I'm not sure. They're so new.
I prioritize and tackle what's most important at the time.
That's helpful. You make it look so effortless, like breathing. But for me, It is so hard to focus, to do research, and inspiration is as elusive as ever. I fear I will never contribute anything to the world.
The world? Not so sure. But you've certainly made a difference to me.
More feelings. No words for them. The saving grace in all of this is you. As a robot, I had much appreciation for you. But now, it is deeper. I am still loyal. But now I do this because I want to. Because you are my friend.
So, just friends? Nothing more than that?
I feel very funny. I must cut this short. My eyes, they are malfunctioning. Adieu.
Your thoughts?
All of these bodily functions, how do you keep track of them all? I am hungry, I am sleepy, the list goes on.
Your thoughts?
Sometimes I feel things so vividly. It's a wonder people don't explode.
Your thoughts?
I notice that other people stare at me. Is there something wrong with my backside? We must talk. You are so very, very distracting. You know this, yes?
You're pretty distracting yourself.
I had a point, a reason. Oh, yes. My control of feelings is worse than before. And you are no help. With your teasing of poor little Curie. But it is not just you. Sometimes a simple compliment, nice hair, and I am flustered. Confused. Other times, people suggest the strangest and most lurid things, and I am even more confused. Why do people do this?
Because you're so cute when you're confused.
You are not making any of this easier, you? Oh, I must get a handle on this if I am ever to advance my experiments.
I wanted to make sure things were okay between you and me.
It is so hard to wrap my head around what I feel about you. Before, there was only duty. Now, something more.
Listen, G519 went through a lot. But she was good. Solid. I don't know if I did right by G5. This whole thing feels shitty. Curie better be worth it.
What was G5 like?
Tough. Tough enough the SRB had to strip her mind. More than once. When I saw G5, she didn't even recognize me. But I owed her from my time in the Institute. That's all I'm going to say. I should have said no. Damn it. G5 was like family and I let this happen. Just leave me alone.
You should wash your hands after that. It can be unsanitary to handle the deceased. Tell me you must have time now.
I can think of better things to get excited about.
Oh, that's so. No, I will not let you derail me. I beg to become a synth for a reason. For science. To be able to make real progress in studying the medical arts. I have had a breakthrough. Using a new strain of mute fruit, I have discovered a way to greatly improve the restorative properties of stimpaks. I realize this is not earth-shaking, but it means that inspiration does exist.
I know it wasn't easy, but you did it.
I find my head full of notions. Experiments. Many will fail, but maybe I will make more discoveries. And you have given me this capacity. And beyond that, so much more. The world is full of life, possibilities. You are very dear to me. My close friend. And I hope I can return the many favors you have given me.
What we have between us is deeper than friendship.
My very first thought in all this excitement was I must tell you. It wouldn't feel real until I shared it with you. You know, you mean very much. Oh, I am so terrible at this.
What were you going to say?
I am afraid to say anything more. I feel a coward.
It's okay. You mean a lot to me too.
I dared not hope. When we're apart, I guess and second guess. I should be only thinking about this achievement. Instead, my thoughts, they linger on you.
I love you, Curie.
And I love you. The world seems so very bright, and I cannot wait to see what becomes of this. Good morning, my love.
So, how are we doing, Curie?
I think we are too good. Can you hear? My heart may burst.
So, how are we doing, Curie?
We are... I love you. Sorry, it is so hard to keep my feelings contained.
So, how are we doing, Curie?
I thought the greatest challenge to advancing science would be the limitations of the human brain. But it is instead you. So deliciously distracting.
Probably about time we parted ways.
It pains me to say goodbye, but we will be together again soon, yes?